America, love it or leave it. Actually, that's not even the case, and that's what makes America great.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.
What's going on, carnalitos? So I haven't made a video like this in a minute, so I decided to make one today. I had a little something, kind of burning inside of me. After I went to the protest here last week, I got a little demoralized, believe it or not. I thought I was gonna come out of there with a little more energy, a little bit more enthusiastic, but it was quite the opposite, man. I actually came out there just not feeling the energy, brother. And it wasn't because of the people. It wasn't because of the crowd. It was actually a great turnout. I appreciate everybody who came out there and supported. It was a great cause. But the thing was that it was hijacked. It was hijacked with an anti-American rhetoric, man. It was hijacked with America, with the K, with America stealing our land, with it was just something that's an old rhetoric that is just played out, man. And that's what makes America great. America, you want to be a communist? You can be a communist, brother. You want to be a socialist? You can push for socialism. You want to be a Native American and want to fight for your land back? You could be a Native American, fight for your land back. You can do all these things in the United States because it's America. But the problem is that in today's day and age, we're so stuck on the past and what has been done. One main thing you see a lot is people pretty much shitting on the flag, for lack of a better words. People just shit on the flag and believe that it means Nazism or Trumpism or some type of right wing movement or something. And they couldn't be more wrong, man. America flag means exactly what it always meant. It means freedom. It means freedom to be a different person than the other person. You don't have to necessarily agree with other people's views, but that's what makes America great. You can actually have different views. When I see people and I hear them talking all this stuff about the flag, the American flag, I always mention the hypocrisy that comes behind most people that say stuff like that. The Mexican flag you saw at this rally, and I have no problem with that. But if you're going to sit here and say the American flag stands for the oppression of Latinos, the human rights violations, police corruption, police brutality, Mexico does it twice as bad. So if anybody wants to sit here and not wave the American flag because of police corruption and the government corruption, wants to kneel down for the national anthem and the flag during that time too, well, to those people I say you have every single right. And that's what makes America great again. But at the same time, when the Mexican national anthem comes on, you better take two knees because their corruption is twice as bad. In Mexico, you have busloads of college students disappearing. You have families being murdered. You have just people getting slaughtered left and right by the government and by the police. But yet, we don't look at the flag that way. And the reason that is because most people, when they wave the flag, they're not waving it for the government. They're waving it for the pride in their roots. They're waving it for the actual people of Mexico. Well, that's the same thing in America, man. When we wave that flag, and I'm proud to say I wave the flag, man. I don't wave it for the government. I don't wave it for any right wing or any political views. I wave it for the freedom and the right to wave it. For the freedom that it gives you. When most people sit here and are the ones that talk crap about the flag, right? I call them American privilege, man. And what's American privilege? Well, let me break it down to you. If you have a nice pair of shoes, a nice cell phone, decent car, you got an Xbox, you got a PlayStation, you got all these nice things, but you don't pay no rent because you're living at your mama's house, you're living at your daddy's house, you're living at your girl's house. That's American privilege. If you're an able-bodied man or woman and you're sitting here getting food stamps, getting Section 8, getting welfare, that's American privilege, man. Most people have no clue what it is to live in a third world country. In Mexico, and the reason I bring up Mexico is because it's the closest third world country to us. In Mexico, working a construction job, you're going to work 12-hour days, 60 hours a week. You're going to come home with a base pay of 50 American dollars. Okay? 50 American dollars. Now, I want all you guys who sit here and talk shit about the American flag and just America itself and go live over there for a few months. Then come back and tell me if you still feel the same way. I guarantee your perspective in life is going to change quite a bit. And that's the thing. It's that we've come to a place where this generation has lost the love for this country because they've been living here for so long. It's like this. It's like having two parents, right? You tell me who are the parents, which is America and which is Mexico. And like I said, the only reason I use Mexico because it's a broad country that everybody can relate to as far as Latinos. One parent, they clothe you, they feed you, they give you an education, they help put a roof over your head. They do all these things. The second parent abuses you, gives you no clothes, gives you no food, corruption up the yin yang. Which are these two parents, man? And that's how it is here. But a lot of times, just like in real parenthood, the parent that's actually trying to discipline their kid, trying to do right by their kid, is always looked like an asshole to their kids. And that's just how, unfortunately, it works. But we need to start changing that cycle, man. My mother came here to the States. It was in 1978, I want to say, give or take a year. I was about 3 years old. My brother was about 4.5. She came here, got arrested in Tijuana, did 3 months in a Mexican jail, ended up getting deported back to Guatemala, not Honduras. In other words, you get there, you try to lie so they don't send you so far back. That's the game. They sent her to Guatemala. She actually almost gave up and said, no, I'm not going to do that trip. But she knew she had two young boys back in Honduras that had no chance at ever really getting a good life. My father was a full-blown alcoholic. My mother had no job experience, and there wasn't really no jobs out there. So after she got sent back from Mexico, doing time in Mexico, went to Guatemala, came back again. And what did she come with? Come with a backpack, gallon of water, and dreams to one day be an American, man. Came here in 1981, December 81. I still remember specifically when that happened. December 81, we flew over here, me and my brother. Came here and tried to get used to the American way of life. Took a couple years, but eventually we did. And then we started becoming part of the American nightmare. My mom was a drug dealer. I was a gang member. I was in and out of jail. I was a person that hated my life and everything else. So I was the same guy that would also hate cops, man. I actually got arrested for shooting at the cops. So when people sit here and say that I'm loving the cops, this and that, man, you guys just have no clue, man. It's called growing. It's called maturing. It's called not doing things just to be cool. So now by 99, I'm an ex-con. I've been in jail 3 different times. My mom's been to the joint. My father's been dead for years. My stepfather got killed in a drug deal gone bad. I have every excuse in the book to live that American nightmare. To say it's America's fault. To say it's society's fault. To say it's the white racist people's fault. But at the end of the day, that's the problem. It's us, brother. It's us. I decided I wanted to change my life. I started working. I started taking care of business. Now, I still live in the same area that I grew up in. I've got a wife. I've got 2 kids. I got 3 grandkids. I got a great family, brother. And that's what makes America great, man. It makes it where these dreams can still happen, brother. But we're too busy looking at the negativity of it. And if that's what you want to look at, that's all you're going to find, man. It's like going to a person and just bashing them about what they've done wrong, what they've done wrong, what they've done wrong. We're trying to nowadays make the United States history in today's morals, values, and standards. And it just doesn't work like that. All these governments, all this world, for the last thousands of years, man, we've been conquering, we've been killing, we've been just destroying societies one after another. This is by far the best time to be living, especially in the United States, man. The United States probably has the most amount of minorities that are millionaires, the most amount of minorities that are living middle-class lives, man. We have, listen, you go to a third world country, you don't got paved streets. You don't got the education system that we have. You don't have the college opportunities we have. We have so much opportunities, but we're just stuck on the negativity. It would be like somebody coming to me and telling me, one of my younger homies, hey man, these guys from this neighborhood are talking about trying to make peace with us. And me saying, F those guys, man. They killed the homie. They killed the homie back in 89. They killed the homie back in 90 this. They killed the homie back in this days. Now they jumped the homie over here. Now, dude, I can go on for days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks. You know what happens? The war never ends, man. The war never ends. So if you guys are looking for that war to end, you got to make peace within yourselves, man. You got to understand that most of our parents that came here from other countries, they sacrificed, man. They uprooted from what they knew as the norm. I couldn't even imagine coming all the way from Honduras, jumping Guatemala, going through Mexico with no idea what's in America. And all of our parents, grandparents who did that, God bless them, man. They brought us here so we can wave that flag, so we can say we're Americans. But the problem is that that's not cool. People think that's not cool. What's cool is bashing it. But that's wrong, man. That's wrong. It ain't about being cool. When it comes to being cool, the only thing that cool got me was 2 busted teeth, getting shot, going to jail, getting my ass kicked, get just a bunch of mayhem, brother. That's what cool's gonna get you, man. With being an adult, with seeing things for what they are, you're gonna get you a good life, man. You're not gonna have a glamorous life where you're a millionaire, maybe, but you're gonna have a good life, man. You're gonna have a much better life than you would in any other country. And that's the beauty of the United States, brother. But that gets lost always in people just spewing the hate, this and that. Look around the world, man. Where would you live? Where else? And then there's some people that are gonna sit there and say, yeah, Gil, but the border crossed us. And to some people it did. But you're the lucky ones. You had a head start. You've been here for all these generations, man. I've been here since 81. I'm the first generation actually that came here. Actually, my mom was, but the first generation that was born here was my daughter. And then I got grandkids. So now they're going to start having kids and they're going to be living a better life, man. Let's look at America as a family. A family has issues. A family is not perfect. So to anybody here who wants to talk their crap, look at your family, man. Are you guys perfect? No, man. Do we make mistakes? Yes. But if those mistakes that you made, somebody was only just looking at that, and not looking at the good stuff you guys do, then you're only going to see what you want to see, man. To me, I wouldn't want to live in another place. To me, I love the United States, brother. Do I love all its policies? Is there social injustices? Is there things we can do to improve it? Yes. But to sit there and just simply bash it for no other reason, just because you're American privilege, brother, I don't know what else to tell you, man. So with that, I'm out. God bless America.